let's get into it. Take us through, Aaron. First of all, I'm glad you're coming on the show, man.
Hey, man. Thanks for the invite.
Of course. Yeah, man. I'm grateful for your time today. I know you're a busy guy, so I'm glad we can make it happen. Let's start us off. We in frame? Yeah, we're good in frame. Take us through your kind of transition, leaving high school to kind of where we are now. We can kind of go back through it. You can just give us a
high school to now
summary if you want.
Am I starting in grade 9 or am I starting in grade 13? Or what was Victory Lap in my day?
Kind of transition period. Like, let's go end of high school to kind of what that period was like versus start there.
No, I mean, like, every kid graduates from high school and does their thing, and they kind of have goals and dreams. And mine was not so much of a goal and dream, but it was just, let's play university football, and that was my goal. And that was my motivation and near the end portion of my high school for academics as well, because in Canada there's no lowballing college stuff. It's like, got to get to university. So I pushed through that. Went off to Ottawa, played for the GGs there, played football, but learned how to be a student when I was there and an adult at the same time. Yeah. When you're not living with the folks, you kind of you learn the rigors of being a big boy. And then, school ended, so now it's time to get a job. I came back to Sudbury, hoping to look for work. Couldn't really find anything, I guess. I don't know that I looked super hard.
Yeah, fair.
Because you're still 22, 23, and a guy, so you still want to party a little bit, I guess. But then did a post-grad over at Cambrian while I was doing that. Got a dog and whatever, and that's fine. And then after that, got a job as a consulting, environmental consulting firm. Kind of transitioned to building science while I was there. From then on, went to Waterloo, continued with the building science stuff, and that's when, you're out of the weeds in Sudbury, out of the crater hole. Kind of learned, outside of being in Ottawa as well, learned a little bit about Southern Ontario and how that world works, which is a different fucking stratosphere than Northern Ontario as well as Eastern Ontario. Those are three different worlds in
what way, real quick, before we keep going?
Just culturally. Yeah. Whether it's, I would say that Sudbury and Ottawa are way more tied together culturally than even Toronto itself is different from Southwestern Ontario. Just more the work-life balance and just general outlook on what's important, I think, is how I would describe it.
Fair.
But yeah, and then that's a good segue to, that's also why when I went to Waterloo, I came back for an opportunity with the same company to come back into Sudbury as a building consultant. And when I moved up here, I left that company and worked as a construction manager at a local architecture firm, which was probably one of the, I wouldn't say the funnest job, but they're like the most rewarding job I've had because of the people I worked with, the people I met through that, and the people that were around, and they were very adamant about local stuff and
cool,
and just learning and cool, just seeing what they got going on, because when you're working with architects that have, at that point they were 30 years deep and they had seen the transition of just construction and Sudbury,
right.
And they were working with bigger projects in Sudbury that you can point at, and they were part of it and stuff like that. And then I do what I do now, which is just essentially looking at homes, inspecting those things, and sometimes call you in for some referrals and stuff like that. Just making sure people feel good about what they're buying,
right on.
Or not good. So, yeah.
When you went to decide, and you're like, "Okay, I'm going to go to Ottawa for school," did you decide based on football, or did you decide on what you were going to study?
So I don't know. It was how it worked for me, I would say. So in high school, my first 3 years of high school, as of the 5, I wasn't a particularly motivated student. No. I didn't really have any drive or motivation. It wasn't really an endpoint. I kind of just wanted to be a mechanic, to be honest.
Yes.
And I was like, just want to buy a garage and fix cars, because Fast and Furious, that was my life.
Unreal, yeah.
So, this is cool. Let's drive that Integra down a quarter mile, because I am Vin Diesel. Yeah. That was my life, and that's literally what my goal was planning to be. But then, I met someone who was pretty important in my life at the time. He asked me to play football, decided to go that route, and that was or he said you can play university if you keep at it or whatever. Mm-hmm. That, for some reason, it just triggered something in my brain. I started to just, on my own, study. Did well, pushed my grades up higher as much as I could. Yeah. But I was in a case where, a lot of schools in Eastern Canada were recruiting me, but only the non-high-end academic schools, and any school that I got committed to essentially was the only school I could get into.
Sick.
In that respect.
So, I love it.
But yeah, no, I chose Ottawa because I'm bilingual. It was slacking a little bit in my regard, like the French side, and it was just nice to go over there. That you kind of you drive with Quebecers and stuff like that, and
Great.
it was a good time.
Yeah.
And I grew as a person.
Nice. And you were there for what, 4 years? 3?
I took the scenic route, so I was there for 6.5.
I love it.
6.5. Took a couple victory laps.
The scenic road is crazy. The first year was a write-off.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of.
It usually is. I was the exact same way. First year was write-off. It was like, oh man, you put a class from 3 to 6 p.m. on a Friday. First year, I was like, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah.
What are we doing, David?
Yeah. That's I always try to go for the early times personally, like that, just to get me up. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I got the rest of the day to myself, and then I can kind of do whatever I want. I was an early bird to begin with, but no, man, like living the res life, playing on a football team in a city of a million.
For Ottawa too, yeah.
Yeah, and like there was no Red Blacks, there was no Carlton U, so we were the big dogs. U? Yeah, and like a bunch of guys in our team were bouncers or security.
This was before the Panda game.
Yeah, man.
It existed.
No. Panda was before me. So Carlton didn't have a team till or they disbanded their team in 92, 93.
Oh, okay.
And then I played between 06 to 2011.
Mm-hmm. And they brought it back.
And then about, I think like 2015 is when they showed up.
Sick.
Maybe a little
Dude, so then that was the year, because my first year living in Ottawa was 2014 to 15.
Just missed me, man.
And I was crazy. And what was it, man? We had and I went to the Panda game that year.
Okay, so that was the first Panda game.
Yeah, because there was definitely one that year.
Because I went to that one.
Okay.
But it's a shit show, man.
Oh, yeah.
It still is. Insane. You know, they got both sides.
It's
Fuck
insane.
you, Carlton, you in the back and forth, and like
the signs. Oh,
and like it's like I always tell anyone, I'm like, if you're just a football fan, it's a great game to go because it kind of has that American college football feel to it because it's the second biggest, or it's the biggest game in Canada outside of the Grey Cup.
The facts.
And like
1000%.
Shit show.
Yeah.
There's alumni. There's parties all day, and like both schools are losing
TV
it.
Place downtown.
Oh yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah. I loved it.
Yeah,
Never got to play in it, but
that would have been crazy.
Yeah. No, it was good. I don't know. I go every time I see the alumni boys and bump fists and drink for the boys and stuff like that.
Nice. So then 6 years, 6.5. What'd you take?
I took geography and environmental studies.
Yeah.
Not related to
what I'm
doing.
Like, why?
How did you get into that? No, ideally I wanted to be a geography teacher and like French and all that stuff.
Right on, yeah.
And then 1 year into school, I was just like, I do not want to be a teacher.
This ain't for me.
I really enjoyed my studies, and I was like, I can be a green thumb and like change the world and like fight climate change and like stop cutting trees down. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, when I graduated, I was just like, guess what? There's no job for that stuff. There's no jobs to change yourself to a tree and stop bulldozers and stuff like that. Oh, so and any job that like with Oxfam or Greenpeace, like they're never there and low pay and you're gone across the world. I'm like, I do not. No thanks. That is not for me.
Like I have a dog. Yeah.
No, I didn't have a dog then. Unfortunately.
Yeah. So then after that, you're like, okay, 2 years of this. What, you came back? No, you said you went to.
I came back. Yeah.
And then.
Did a grad cert or post grad, whatever you want to call it, over at Cambridge in environmental site assessment, essentially.
Somewhat,
Environmental remediation and site assessment.
And you wanted to like add on to the environmental?
I really was. I was like adamant that I wanted to work in the environment, and I was like something that was good. So it kind of, and I had like a co-op placement or something like that with it.
Sick, yeah.
So it sets you up with an employer, and you kind of work for free for 6 weeks.
Underrated.
Hopefully you get a
Everybody
job.
Should do it. Everybody should do that. Yeah.
Well, I was just like, it's only, I'm like, basically I'm paying Cambrian
6 weeks?
I'm paying $7,000 to hook me up with an employer in the field of study that I want to be in, and then hopefully I do good, and off to the races I go.
Yeah.
And it worked out, so I was happy about it.
So then, working in town, and then shifting gears, how long were you just like, okay, this isn't quite for me? Or you just want to keep adding to it?
What's that? What do you mean?
Well, leaving that position because you're saying you got a job, is it? You got a job in that field.
Yeah, that was environmental consulting.
Yeah.
And
how'd you get out of that?
How did I get out of that?
Yeah, because it sounds like that was the dream. Like, you're like, man, I got work in this.
Yeah. So, I mean, like, so that became, like, once you get into environmental consulting, you find out real fast that you're almost like a check mark on a list for buying properties. For like people who have a lot of money, and by people I mean like businesses and corporations and stuff like that. And they're like, okay, you're just checking for, like, when you're walking down the street. Well, right now,
Yeah.
the former Petro on Lorne that just got dug up.
Yeah.
That's that's the site remediation part. So
Yeah.
they have to test the soil to see where there's oil
Oh, no
getting
kidding.
out, and they
Yeah,
dig
yeah.
it up. That's that.
Oh,
so,
no kidding. Right
So
on.
that was what I was doing.
Yeah.
But it was also like doing stuff with like buildings and stuff like that, and like
Yeah.
mold assessments, asbestos, and all that stuff.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's a bit of a grind in consulting. Like if you're at
Yeah.
the bottom of the totem pole, you're not getting paid much, and you're kind of whipping around all across northern Ontario, getting
Yeah.
paid not much, and never being home. So it's like, you know what, like you could do that for a certain amount of time when you're like
Right.
a young buck just whipping around, but like once you hit a certain age, you're like, I'm tired. I kind of just want to sleep in my own bed and not these like hotel and like not have to eat at like Kelsey's every night type thing. So
Yeah.
that's
No
where you
disrespect
kind
to
of
Kelsey's, but
yeah.
how many fajitas can you really have?
They're sizzling though.
They're not bad.
They're fucking
not
sizzling.
bad. Yeah, they have multiple toppings. Like, oh, it's good.
They got some ribs. They got
Yeah.
ribs.
Yeah, they have good
But
stuff.
yeah, if sizzling fajitas only lasts for so long, they come out with that fancy hot.
Dude, I'm like, it's sizzling.
I'm like, oh, that everyone looks. Gets you every time.
Yeah.
But
Amazing.
wanted to get out of that, so worked out, and
Yeah.
I transitioned out of that because I mean, within that own company that I was working with, I would just have conversations, and they're like, "Oh, how come you know like stuff about construction?" And I was just like, "I don't know. I just
Yeah.
do." Like I grew up around someone who had like a hammer and was okay with like doing
Sure.
work, so I
Yeah.
just I was always helping out the old man with it,
Yeah.
and then
It just made sense.
yeah, and they're like, "Okay, well, do you want to like do this?" I'm like, "Sure," and then I learned from that into the building science world, and then then I like transitioned into construction management.
Yeah.
I don't know. I honestly, it was just like the first company I worked with. Hey, you know stuff about this stuff. Do you want to do this? Sure. And then the other company that hired me on, which wasn't the construction manager, I just end up being like a building science person,
Yeah.
and like no background in building science other than like just random knowledge that I picked up in life. And they're like,
Yeah, I
okay,
guess
that's
so,
good
yeah.
enough. And I'm like, all right, cool. And then when I jumped then like the construction management bit, I was just like, yeah, like this is my background, I know things. And then when I took that, I'm like, I need some like paper on the wall.
Yeah.
So then I did through U of T, did an online degree with building science. And I'm like, oh, and like I like
2 years, 1 year.
that
6 months?
was it took 2
weeks.
years because I was doing like, I don't know, 1 or 2 courses
Ah.
sort of a semester like throughout the year, and I think I needed like 12 or something like that just to have it. But yeah, and then I was like, okay, I know stuff about stuff. I feel more confident about things as opposed to like willy nilly.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
no,
Interesting.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah. That's how I got
Online
that.
Building science U of T. So it wasn't a 4. Yeah, it wasn't a 4 year. It was a 2 because you can add on with what prerequisite.
Yeah, because I already had
yeah.
stuff, right? So it's just like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Like most of this, when you do a degree, it's just like most of it's like, I don't want to say filler,
But,
but lots of it's like you're
a lot
just
of it
doing
is.
stuff to get like general, like critical thinking and analysis
What's
ideas.
what's the most random class you had to take in all your years of schooling?
The most random class that
Most
I had
random-
to take or
oh,
wanted to take.
You can go both, but while you're thinking of that, I had achieving success in the 21st century. As a
Achieving
class.
success in the one that was the most random was
Filler.
well, yeah, filler and both. It was both random. Like it was like, I mean, I was a football player.
Yeah.
That's what my mentality was my first year. So I gave 0 fucks about it. Right? It was
Yeah.
and like no offense to this group of people because it's not an offensive thing at all. But
Yeah.
usually that statement starts with saying something offensive. But it was just Italian heritage and cinema.
Ah.
The reason why,
Yeah.
like, there was like 15 football players in that class. All we did was watch Sopranos, and it
That's
was actually
one
sick.
thing.
That was the
One
entire
class?
class. We'd go in.
That's
It was
not 2 separates.
No, Italian heritage and cinema.
Yeah,
Because it
those
was
should be
one
2
together.
separates. But
Well,
you're
that
like,
was
no,
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
That's crazy.
It was unreal. I loved it. We walk in, watch an episode of Sopranos,
Oh, that's awesome.
talk about it for 15 minutes, and then that was it. And then you'd have to write you'd have like a midterm about questions about it, and then at the end of the year, you'd wrote a paper on like a specific like how the Italian heritage is shown in the Sopranos, and you pick one of the list and you like make an argument about why it's
give your examples,
appropriate.
you cite your sources, you're good
Yeah,
to go.
and I'm like,
Come on.
this is unreal. And like I ended up really enjoying The Sopranos because I was
Yeah.
like 19 and like a French kid, and I
Yeah.
had no idea about this world.
You're like, this is great.
And I was like, oh, cool! I get to see. With the main guy, I don't know, the big boy,
Yeah.
I don't
Didn't
know.
study it enough.
Tony. Tony Soprano.
Yeah, what
There
the hell? I mean,
we should have just went the most obvious thing. Tony Soprano. You know? But yeah.
Oh man.
But there was probably Frank in there somewhere
Frank,
too.
hell yeah.
It's probably Frank.
Yeah.
It's always a Frank.
Huh, so that's the most BS class, eh?
Like there was other classes that I know other guys took
That's a
and
good
stuff.
one.
Because there was a degree called leisure studies, which is essentially studying what you do in your free time.
Come on.
So you had like I remember
That can't be real.
a third of my football team was in it, and I would see them. They're basically like studying to be like a daycare manager or like a gym teacher, right? So they had classes where they would literally set up cones, run through drills, and like that's how they got marked, how well they did it. I'm like, I never took those courses, but like before like football practice, I'd see these people just chilling on the football field, like doing that type of stuff. I'm like, nice. That's a lot of gym teachers going on here. So yeah.
Oh my goodness. So as you kind of leave, come back, start working more. When do you decide to send it full time for yourself, for the man himself, the big man, the boss?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? What do I mean? When do you shift from going from working for somebody to you know what, I'm doing this for myself?
So it was a bit of, I don't know. There was a helping hand involved. Like the old man like started the business a little bit, and then I was obviously in construction, so I mean it's not a big.
What did he do?
What did he do in life before?
What does he do? Yeah.
Oh, before he was an underground miner, like a bolt driller.
Oh, okay.
But he had a carpenter's license, and he started the business and got his name out there, type thing, and did his thing. And then I mean, I was always in the background doing it, but I was just trying to help him make his business look more professional because he didn't know how to. Like I was in consulting, so that's.
Yeah, you can clean up all that stuff.
I was just like, okay, well, I'll make a template of reporting. Like, I'll make your business look like a real business, as opposed to someone who kind of didn't have a high level of education in any regards and was underground miner at that time, right? Like underground miners now, they have education. They could do all that stuff now. It's a different world back in the 70s than it was today.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, just kind of did that, and for a long time it was just for a while, I would say about 3 years. He's like, hey, do you want to take over the business? I was like, no, I really like being construction manager because it was cool, like building these like strip malls and like these buildings. It was kind of real cool and fast paced, right? And then at one point I was just like, all right, like let's just like have a mono talk, like business, not family. I just want to see the books and like see how it is. And I chatted about it, and I'm like, all right, there's a transitional period there, and then did it, and 7 years later, I'm here.
Oh, wow.
So kept it going. And yeah, man, it's self-employment anxiety.
It's crazy.
It just is what it is. It's just like
it's how it goes,
always, man. Like whoever your client is your boss all the time, and your last client could be your last client. Yeah. You never know.
You never do.
So it's So until you get to a certain point, well, not to a certain point, but
I'm sure there's seasons no matter what.
What's that?
Well, I'm sure there's seasons of if you're, no matter how many years into self-employment, there's still seasons of like, ooh, it's a bit more anxiety here. Ooh,
well, when you keep yourself busy all of the time, like every day, every like 365, 24/7, and if you're not, you get worried. I think that's just the nature of always being busy and then not being busy, just in general. Even though that your rational mind tells you, no, this is just time of the year, man. Like this is like go have fun. But like the back of your head is saying, but why aren't you busy? Is it because you're not good enough or anything like that? But it's not.
No.
But it's just because that's just what it is.
Did you figure that out right away?
No.
No?
No.
How many years in, you think?
What, having the rational mind talk over the anxiety?
Yeah.
I would say about 4 or 5.
Oh shit.
Because when I jumped in was right before COVID.
Oh no.
Right? And then COVID happened. So then my job was out to dust for a little bit, but then I did general contracting, keep myself busy. Yeah. So I was kind of trying to keep clients happy and like putting myself out there and like doing different ways to keep busy and getting my name out there while doing general contracting, which as you know is a full-time job to like it's a lot of mind as well as like labor. So it's a lot of
more
time.
People think. Yeah.
It's not just showing up like with a cup of like a Tim Hortons and like putting some screws in the wall.
No.
And like you gotta that'd be sick.
Yeah, country style.
Yeah, Yeah. Shout out country style. Lauren, wicked place, way better than Tim's, locally owned.
I love it. I'm gonna message him. Gonna sponsor the episode.
Yeah. Brought to you by Tim Hortons. but yeah, man. Like, and then trying to like always be responsive on the self-employment side is
Yeah.
trying to keep clients happy on the general contractor side, but being like as responsive as you can on the self-employment side by knowing that
not
long term
easy.
this is going to be helpful.
Yeah.
And it did. It was super helpful.
Yeah.
But it kind of, I don't want to say screwed me in the end, but like it made me like super responsive, and that's what people expected.
Oh no.
So at some point I'm
Yeah.
going to have to. I always said when I'm going to turn 40,
Yeah.
I'll do that. But I'm 39 and a half. Dum dum dum.
So yeah, let's keep rounding down.
Yeah, maybe 45 next time,
Yeah.
you know?
Every time
41.
somebody
One
asks,
more year.
Oh man, you know what I've been doing a lot lately? Is I've been, and the reason why I was laughing because earlier, you brought up Rachel, and that is the last person I told that I do this to, or that I do this in general, not to them specifically, but I'll pre-send text messages, and I found that's been helping with like anxiety, because like at 10 o'clock I'll be like, oh fuck, I gotta ask Aaron this thing, I see what he's about tomorrow, like whatever, and I'm like, he's not gonna want to see his phone ring for me at 10:30 on a Saturday, just because I'm thinking about it. So I'll send the text, but I'll deliver it to Monday at 8 a.m. And
You could do that?
dude. I'm pre-sending text messages.
Oh, I
to
didn't even know that was a
everybody.
thing.
Yeah.
Is that like an Apple thing?
No, I don't have an Apple.
Oh, okay, you're like me. You're,
Yeah,
you're
it's my
you're a
favorite
green
thing
man.
ever. Yeah, it's my favorite thing ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know you could do that.
Green man.
I knew, well, like
Oh, yeah,
Android.
same sort. Yeah,
Because like I know the Apple people, they
Sure.
always say, "Oh, yours are green. You
green.
should go in the blue."
Yeah, that was a
No.
climate change reference. I was like, we both drive trucks. What is that? It's like, well,
Trying to,
how much do we really care? But unfortunately,
mentally, I'm there.
yeah.
If they come with
It's
a,
intense.
if they come in an affordable
Intent,
electric vehicle truck,
yeah.
I'm in.
That's also a 5.6 liter V8.
Somehow.
Yeah.
If it's
If
they come in hybrid truck, then I'm in.
have you? I think GMC has them now. I think I saw one the other day.
If it's not for 150 grand, I'm in.
Yeah,
They're
they're so high,
they're
and they have problems.
yeah.
They come with issues.
Yeah. They came out too
crazy.
fast, too quick, apparently, is what
Yeah.
mechanics have been telling me, but not
Yeah,
that I know any.
they're
But
playing catch up for sure.
yeah,
But,
it's the push.
so what do you think it was that gave you that kind of confidence to tell yourself to chill out for a bit? You think it's just like an amalgamation of all the reps? You're like, okay, I've been doing this for long enough. Now I can start telling my inner voice to, relax.
No, I don't think that ever goes. I think
No.
it's just partly more of like a me thing,
I
as
get it.
opposed to like a
Yeah,
everyone thing.
sure.
Everyone's got their own little mind in the head.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of. Well, I don't even think it's a matter. I think it was just someone in my life just being like, "Hey, like you work too much,"
Yeah.
or like you're a workaholic, or like you don't have to respond at like Saturday at 10:30.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't have to. It's like
Yeah.
they can wait. Like, and I also understand that like my job's not like the end of the world. Like
No.
if I like I'm just a house inspector. You know what I mean? That's all it is, right? Like I'm not a paramedic. I'm not a
No.
doctor.
Yeah.
I'm not a firefighter.
No.
I'm not burning. I'm not like
Yep.
making sure someone's house isn't catching on fire. It's just like yeah, I can think of like I wake up early. If they see a text at 6 o'clock in the morning, then that's when they get it.
Yeah.
It's not
Unreal.
burning house down, and
Yeah.
like it's still hard not to, because like you're also like people are like kind of addicted to their phones, so
Yep.
that's part of it, right? Because you might see it and you're like, well, I'm just not going to answer the text.
Yeah.
But I'm like I'm that person where I don't have that email number that's above that. I have to make sure that they're all seen
Oh, no kidding. Yeah.
or on read or whatever. So
Yeah.
there's that. But
So, in all the years you've dealt with people, dealt with contractors, been a contractor, and done construction and project management, we've talked about it a little bit, but I really want to open this up. What would you say is a good routine? Any good construction manager / I categorize general contractors, people who own like their own kind of business in space or manage people or manage crews, I think have that umbrella term over them. Like they are construction and project managers.
Sure.
GC, whatever.
Yeah.
And what would you say is a good routine that they should be getting into, like to be successful and make it kind of a like good habits they should develop? Whether it be, I'll give the example we talked about was like sending your emails first thing in the morning, type deal.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that. Like what are some things you've seen that are really good that you see some people you've worked with in the past do, and other things that are a bit less that you
like from a general interesting that you bring not interesting, but there's a difference between general contractors and construction managers, right?
Yeah.
Because a construction manager, I ain't doing any labor.
Yeah, you don't pick up no tool. You have no belt.
No.
Cleanest,
Like, I mean,
cleanest
there's sometimes
boots, cleanest hands.
there's sometimes working construction manager, sure, but anyways. But like a general contractor, they're dealing with all the subs,
Yeah.
as opposed to construction manager where they're working with the client. Like the client and the construction manager is at the same level,
I see you. Yeah.
and then they're just a consultant
sense.
for the client,
Right.
as opposed to a general contractor. It's client, general contractor, subs, where they're trying to like, I don't want to say trying to make more money off of the client,
Yeah.
but they're like, oh, this is a change, looking for money, as opposed to construction manager with
common goal.
their common goal is to keep the cost down.
Makes sense.
Like, yeah, they have to pay out their hourly
Interesting
rate,
distinction,
for example.
Yeah.
So, but it's more of a consultant on site.
Nah.
It's like, I've hired these people,
Right.
and we've decided on the terms of agreement that we're hiring, company X to do the plumbing, company Y to do the HVAC, etc. And then we're making sure, I don't want to say, like, we're just making sure they're doing their job right. For the amount of money that's there. And if there's something that comes up, of course, construction, it happens.
It's every single time.
So yeah, it's like you open up a wall. It's like, oh well, I didn't expect knob and tube wiring to be there, for example, in a home, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
great example.
right. So okay, well, change order $15,000, whatever it is.
Sick.
But when it comes to when it comes to a general contractor, construction manager, like as a CM or construction project manager,
Sure.
the best thing, I don't know, like get your shit together on late Friday, where half the guys on site are already gone anyway, or they're pretty much clocked out. Like by clocked out, I mean like they're slowing down.
2-3
right?
o'clock on a
So that's the
Friday.
perfect time for you as like to look over the site that you're working on and be like, okay, like what do I have to clean up? What I have to prepare for the upcoming week? What materials do we need? What people do I need for Monday to make sure that when these guys show up on site, that they're ready to go at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, whatever it is. Yeah, it's not like, okay, and then you already have like your lineup crew ready. Okay, guys, this is what we're doing here. This is what I noticed. We're kind of behind on this, and this is how, like, this is where your project area is going to be. This is where your project area is going to be. That's like what your Friday evening is for, so that you're kind of set up. When you show up on Monday, you always show up like a half an hour before everyone else, so that you be like, okay, and you kind of write in your book, this is what we're doing. This is what my goal is for the end of the week.
Yeah.
Type thing. Just being always, like, the best way to put it is always ensuring your guys on site are working and safely. Yeah. That's your job as a GC or a construction manager.
Makes sense. Yeah.
And like, you make sure the laborers are moving. That's it.
Yeah.
As long as you can make sure the guys are working and working safely, then everything else is going to come there if you keep those two things in mind. Because you're always like walking around making sure, they don't trip on stuff, and that's fine. Sure. But making sure they have the material.
Yeah.
Making sure they have their questions answered. And so that if they answer you a question, or if they ask you a question, it's just like, oh, if you don't know, there's no shame in not knowing.
Right.
But you
get the answer.
You get the answer, whether it's from an engineer, architect, consultant, whatever it is, and it's done. And they're like, okay, cool.
Get them working.
And then you follow that up with email, just making sure, like, if it's a change or something like that, that type of stuff. So start off your week with emails, and then end your week with setting up for the next week. So it's just like a constant thing, and you can even go more micro than that, where that's every day. Right.
Makes sense.
Because if you're the person who's not doing the labor, then you got to make sure that the labor is getting done quickly, because that's kind of your job. Everything's efficiency, right? So it's like, okay, I know you're going to be done Thursday, so then I have like the painter coming in after drywall guy set up on Friday. No one starts on Friday, but yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh yeah. Makes sense. Interesting.
So just
curious about the distinction too. Yeah.
Regarding what?
No, that's good that you answered that, because I was curious about it. Yeah. A little bit. I was like,
one's a consultant.
Don't get your hands wet. Dirty.
One's doing the work ish. Right? Yeah.
So you go into a bunch of houses every day, right? Most days.
Every day.
Saturdays, Sundays too.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Why not?
Yeah.
Work for yourself. You can work whenever you want.
Whenever you want.
There's no overtime. Boss isn't calling me in on HR, so we're good.
That's crazy. I'm thinking, when you see, it's more often than not you're dealing with people who are looking to buy the house, right? Buy or sell.
Yeah.
Right? Typically.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said and that in mind, what are things that you think right off the bat that people need to pay more attention to in terms of preventative maintenance in their own homes?
Preventative maintenance?
Yeah, like stuff they need to make, like changing like furnace filters, stuff like that. Like random things like that they just don't think of because they're just, hands off.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the most important thing, to be honest,
Yeah.
is just like get those downspouts away from your house. Like it's so surprising how
Yeah.
something so little and so minute can
Or
cause so much problems, and you don't even know it until it happens.
Away from your house.
Right? Like
Because
minimum.
they're all attached.
Well, yeah, and they have like that little like
Yeah.
elbow,
Yeah.
but like 6 feet away minimum. Like look where the lowest point of your home is or property
Yeah.
is, I should say, and get it over there. Like put the extenders. Yeah, it looks ugly, but like you know what looks ugly? A moldy basement.
Yes.
I hear that's uglier.
Horrible.
Yeah, I hear that's bad news bears, right?
I hear
Like,
it's bad news.
So like doing that is
Yeah.
like number one because you'd be surprised. Like you already have to deal with like living in Sudbury and it's a swampy area,
Yeah, it's
and
terrible.
it's like you got the hard rock kind of everywhere,
Not great.
and then dealing with like the surrounding property of water shit, and then you have okay now we're adding the footprint of your roof,
Yeah.
all the water going right beside your home, and because Sudbury's old infrastructure, we don't know what type of weeping system or site drainage system you have exactly. So
It's never what you expect to when you dig it.
right, you're like, oh okay, it's like half there, I think.
Yeah, maybe clay, but it's all
Yeah.
caved in.
Yeah.
So
You never
Are you
know.
doing that?
So it's
Yeah.
just like you start with that, and then
Yeah.
you got your furnace filter, sure. Like that's, but like, and the next thing is like, I don't know, like site drainage to me is probably the most important for sure.
Mhm.
I don't like a wet
Interesting.
basement.
That's a good one.
Wet basement. I don't know, and like, electrical's a little bit more trickier, right? Because like no one really knows much about electrical.
No.
And like I will never say I'm a specialist in anything above,
Yeah.
right? But like electrical's a finicky one because you just never know because you don't know.
Yeah.
Right? So like there's some obsolete panels out there that you can't get a breaker for. It's just like my house is an example. It's like, okay, I needed a new 30 amp breaker for something and I can't get it. So I'm like, guess what your option is? New panel. Like sick.
Crazy.
So I'm just like, hey, there's $3,000 type thing. I
Yeah.
haven't replaced it yet,
Yeah.
but I'm okay. But yeah, things like that. It's just like it's value, a little bit of value added too. But like, just do it.
Yeah.
Because electrical and wires
It's
and
good preventative stuff.
fire stuff. Preventative, like Sudbury is a weird place. Like put heat trace lines in your home if you can for stopping ice damming, which is
Yeah.
common in
Huge.
Sudbury.
Yeah.
Almost like a lot of realtors that I deal with, they call me like the attic guy and the ventilation guy because I pretty much say that all the time because I'd hate to be
Heat
the
trace.
person that doesn't say it and then
Yeah.
it happens. So
And they're pretty easy to install. Like I've installed a
it's-
couple.
yeah,
I'm
and they're
this is-
like clips on the shingles are
it comes
relatively
in
cheap.
kits.
Yeah,
Like,
and it tells you how to do it, and like homeowner can do it or
rocket
Glenn,
science.
whatever you want to do. You know.
Yeah.
Um,
I've had to do it at -20.
yeah,
Not
that's
great.
fun.
Yeah.
That's-
You
that's-
shovel in the roof. You're hanging off. You're like tied off.
I didn't even know you can install those in the middle of winter.
We shouldn't have.
Oh, okay, so fair.
Dude, the guy had boarded everything up. It was a weird one. It was on Queen or King Street. But yeah, like one of those streets off Notre Dame. Stupid.
Okay.
And
In the mill.
yeah, amazing. And he like right behind the silos too. And they had spray foamed up, but when you're on the roof, we could see it coming through the gaps in the shingles. The spray foam
Nice.
done, and we're like, this is sick. And he's
So
like,
he like, sprayed for like under the like.
yeah, so
the
there's water
sheathing?
damage coming down, yeah, and then they ripped it off, and it was a built addition, but they didn't put, I don't know what they did. They did 2 layers of sheathing, but they didn't they went shingles to sheathing and then shingles above both, so they double layered the shingles, but
Oh,
over
so
the
they
ends,
just they
so
could
the-
have
over the
so they
overhang.
almost have like sheathing hitting the shingles, so that's like
Yep.
an even layer as opposed to just ripping the
You
shingles off.
betcha.
Nice.
Unreal. So
That's
they
good practice.
Spray foam came right through, and we're like, what is going on?
Nice.
So yeah, and then water came through. They boarded it up before we could put the heat trace on. So we're like, this is sick. So we're like, fingers crossed. But the guy's like, we just want to sell it. And I was like, cool, man. Let's just hope it freezes until you find out. 'Cause
Yeah.
Jesus, man. There's some some MacGyvered stuff out there.
Yeah, that was a good show when I grew up. Not so much like a
Yeah.
lot of Tim the Tool Man, right? A lot of
Yeah.
home improvement. Like, oh, just fix it. Oh, that works. That's good enough. I don't know. So I'm a big fan of like, just do it right, man. You
Yeah.
got to open it up. Like, yeah, you're gonna hit your wallet a little bit more, but you're gonna help yourself later on. Like, just do it.
It's funny you mention that because I've been having this discussion off and on with a bunch of different people, whether it be I have people who have their own duplex and they want to do all the work, but they're like a business analyst or something like that, and they're just like,
Yeah.
oh, we have all this, But then I'm looking at some of the work they're doing, like, what do you think of this? This is I'm like, it's stressful,
Yeah.
they're like, oh, I'm saving so much more, and I'm like, yeah, but are you? But what do you think? Why is it so hard for people to get off their wallets in that regard when they think that they can do it themselves? Is it because it's made to look easy, or it just looks simple? What do you think it is?
What do you mean? Like, instead of like, say hiring company X to do
Yep.
flooring,
Yep.
I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Well, I think like it all
With
depends.
certain things.
I think it all depends on like who we're talking to.
Sure.
Am I talking to someone who likes like is their first home?
Yeah. Let's
Am
do
I
that.
talking to someone who's been in having a home for years, or am I talking to someone who's a quote unquote investor in these places and having a rental property type thing? Like, depends, right?
All right, let's go through them. What's the first one? Homeowner. Like new homeowner, they want to convert. They're converting their building to a duplex, and they want to, they say they have a single family home, they want to make it a duplex.
Right.
So they do their thing.
Yeah, I mean
Stuff
that's
like that.
that's a
They
tricky
have
one.
Not much money, right?
Right.
To start.
Yeah, and like I mean, I always tell people honestly, I'm like, you know how you make money is doing the work yourself.
Yeah.
And like if you're doing a first time home buy, like if you're first time home buyer, like yeah, man, like I highly encourage to do your stuff yourself, pending what you're doing.
Mm.
Like I'm never telling a first time home buyer to do electrical, plumbing,
HVAC.
roofing, and like and HVAC
Yeah.
because like A, you're dealing with A, water, and B, there's gas, and C,
Electrical.
there's electrical. Like,
Yeah.
don't mess with that. I'm a big fan of, like, yeah, you start with painting, try that out, because A, it's your home, and there's no one telling you it's going to look like junk.
Yeah.
And if it does look like junk, you can just fix it yourself because there's no boss telling you. Stuff like that.
Exactly.
But, like, yeah, if you want to do flooring, start there. Baseboards, you kind of learn
it's
ish.
easy
You buy your
enough.
tools, kind of work from there. You know, if you want to try your kitchen cabinets, but, like, I always suggest, like, get the countertop guy to put it in.
Yeah.
So that you can get the sink in because you can kind of do, I don't want to say a junkier job, but you can kind of get away with having unlevel-ish cabinets if you hire the person to put the countertop on top.
Because they shim it.
They're the
level.
ones that'll shim it and make it look tight and make your work look a lot better, right? So there's all that type of stuff.
Yeah, it was one I saw literally today because I was mudding somebody's house and they're like my favorite.
Yeah.
And this guy.
You're super good at it too. It only takes you like 7 years to finish off like a day job. That's okay.
I have a very, very like high like OCD with that stuff because I'm
That's
looking
okay.
at it, as soon as I see one thing, I'm like,
I might as well just keep going
keep
here.
going here.
Yeah.
And I do it and I sand it and I'm like, okay, shine a light and I'm like, look. But now it's like every foot I'm doing that.
Hey, yeah.
Is it good? Maybe. Is there room to like, maybe just, But I'm trying to find that balance of like what's taking too long versus what's not doing a good job.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'd rather take longer and do that and be like, yo, it's solid versus just.
And you'll find new
No,
tools
that's
and
good.
new methods on your own. You'll
Yeah.
be like, okay, and
That's great.
I'm sure you would look at
Yeah.
YouTube like everyone else goes down the
100%.
wormhole.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll try that. And okay, it didn't work for me, but maybe
Yeah.
I'll try this way, or this material, or maybe
mixing mud different ways,
Yeah.
like different tools, like you said. But yeah, so that's a fun one. But anyways, I saw the sink that this guy offered to put in randomly one time for this person. I was like, oh yeah, man, I'll put in the sink. I put in mine. Dude, it's a sink, black double sink. It's a 1/4 inch off.
What do you mean?
From the back.
Oh, like there's this much space between the backsplash and like.
Like it's like noticeable difference. Like it's this.
Oh, it's crooked.
It's crooked. Real crooked. 1/4 inch.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Because that's an example of like, somebody's like, oh, I can do it. I'll do it for.
Oh,
like,
the homeowner did that.
Homeowner's buddy who said he had done
Good
one
for it.
before.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so like kind of same idea. And he's like, yeah, maybe sure. It was like his brother while he was hammered, and they're like, yeah, come on a weekend. I can just put that in for you. I'm like, it's not demo on a wall, pal. It's
Yeah.
it's a bit more specific, but
Yeah.
crazy.
That's
just the most recent.
Yeah. Well, like I just had my plumber in my home,
Yeah.
and he gave me a good example where I think he did work for an older lady.
Sure.
And he did the plumbing work, and he's just like, oh, how come you didn't want me to do that? He's like, oh, guys, I found someone cheaper. He's like, well, I'm like a master plumber for like 25 years. Like I got a truck charge and all these stuff, and like, it is what it is. But he was on site, and she hired an electrician, and he's just like, oh, are you like a licensed electrician? He's like, oh yeah. And he's just like, this is what I mean. It's just like you're just hiring.
Is it your
like,
house?
No.
Oh,
I'm not the old lady.
Yeah.
No.
I was gonna say, I was like.
And like I was just like, and like you're burying this stuff in a wall, right? Like,
Yeah, it's not the easiest.
and he might be
access.
good. He might be completely competent.
Could be fine.
But like,
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
people that got their license
Big fan.
because if something happens, like, and they know, like, even if they see something themselves,
Yeah.
if they're licensed, if they see something themselves, they can't leave it alone,
that accountability is crazy.
right? Because then they lose their license.
Yeah.
Right. That's what's like. I don't want like. That's what's cool about it. Honestly, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Because like it's like accountability without even like a boss being above you and like watching over you. It's just like if I go into a home and say, hey, I did this work, and there was a buzzing like breaker, but you like that's not what you hired me for.
No.
And I see it, I gotta change it because I said I did this work and ignored that.
Yeah, you're liable.
Right. So and then something can happen to me.
Who was the most recent person to work here? This guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's like I'm giving you an invoice for work completed, etc. So it's like okay, well it was here before, it certainly was. So kind of cool, right? So there's always like, and that's what I always say. I'm like, oh, don't always go with the cheapest. Go with someone who has like a warranty and like work. Because I mean, say a roofer, right?
Makes a difference.
You can hire company X at like they just started yesterday, but like their price is $5,000 for a roof, and you're like, okay, that's the cheapest, cool. It's a roof's a roof. It's just
not
like
insured.
And then exactly, and if it leaks the next rainfall, it's just like, are you going to call them up? Are they going to fix it? No, because they don't even send you an order
anymore.
or they don't They don't exist anymore.
It happens.
So
some people do seasonal stuff too. Like they'll do seasonal roofing companies.
Oh yeah.
There's a few, yeah. There are people that do seasonal roofing companies. So then, like, obviously, right? Like you only do it in summer, but when they do it in the summer, then they're done after, and they're just like, that was it. We're good. I'm like, well, you're not held accountable to it.
Like, then we close shop.
What happens?
Start up a corp, close it. No, it's not there anymore. Or if they even went that far.
Yeah, fair. It's funny you mentioned that. What's you have like you're not a sole proprietor, right? You.
No, I am. Yeah.
But you have a corp, no?
Yeah, sole proprietor of the corporation, right? So the business number's there separately.
Okay, take us through this. For somebody who wouldn't know, day one is like, I want to set this up. Walk us through.
That was honestly that was one of. So I was lucky in the sense of the people I was friends with.
Yeah.
People that were around me. One was studied in corporate law. And he transitioned into like investment banking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I was just like, hey, like, how do you like get this going? And he's just like, this is what you do. You essentially set up with an accountant, or you start with an accountant and a corporate lawyer.
Yeah. And
kind of meet with them, and you just say, okay, this is pretty simple. You literally sign up for it. It's like $1,500 on the corporate lawyer side. And they pretty much articles of incorporation. You sign it. Okay, 100% sole proprietor type thing, and then that transitions into with your banking, your accountants, where you bring in bank whatever you decide with your accountants. Is if they have a good relationship, it's like okay, your accountant's kind of like the hub where they communicate with your lawyer in regarding to incorporation, and okay, all the money that you bring in goes into your corp.
Sure.
And you basically pay yourself X amount of dollars.
Yeah.
And your bank is just the organizer of like accounting, and then that's it.
Why is it better to do that than to just remain the sole proprietor with no corp?
With my name?
Yeah.
So
tax purposes?
There's that wasn't the main reason.
Sure.
But legally separating yourself from your business is important for protection. So say something happens, you get sued, right? They can't go after your personal home.
Yeah.
They can go after your business, and they can take away that. So your business can go bankrupt, but you personally can't go bankrupt. That's the scary part, right? Because your house is always kind of protected.
Yeah.
And everyone likes a roof over their head.
It's great.
So if you're, and it doesn't ruin. I don't want to say it doesn't ruin your name, but it doesn't
reputation maybe.
Yeah, but that's like and like Sudbury's a small city, so that might get affected.
Very much, yeah.
So, but yeah, it doesn't affect like it does. You personally won't go bankrupt, so it doesn't affect your personal credit score. And that's what I wanted to protect myself. Not that I think I was going to get sued, not that I think I was going to get bankrupt,
for sure.
But it's like, hey man, we're gonna live in a world where legal things are happening more often and more regularly, and you never know. So I did it that way, and plus, like it's nice. It just like my position, like investment bankers are worth it. I think you have to get specialists for special things. If you have run your own business, you should certainly have accountants that like take care of your books. So certainly, I know you're smirking. Eventually, in time, and then you got corporate lawyers that can like take care of the paperwork. So and accountants that make sure you don't get audited or have funny business when it comes to the CRA. True. And all that stuff, right? And plus, like honestly, like an accountant's pretty sweet. I'm pretty much paying someone who's kind of like my boss. In that sense, it's just like HSE time, all that stuff, and making sure you're all on that and stuff. So
that's where you're covered for tax season, so everything's kind of
and plus, like you're like okay, you start to build up money in your corp account, so it becomes in like the long term idea was like maybe I'll buy like another property with my corporation, or like I'll buy a business or something like that. Like thinking, you know, as like a starting business when I'm 30. Yeah, look at all these things.
I'm buying auto body shop now.
I'm gonna be Vin Diesel,
Let's
man.
go.
I'm gonna be Vin Diesel.
Quarter mile at a time,
1
baby.
mile at a time. That's what it is. I'm not gonna flip that chart.
That's what you gotta call the name of your auto body shop that you're gonna buy at 50 for your like
Fast and
retirement
Furious?
gig. Yeah, no, quarter mile at a time.
damn
Or
right.
quarter mile.
Man,
Quarter mile would be cool.
I gotta shave my head and everything.
Yeah, go for it.
And I'm gonna be kind of Italian. What is he anyway? Is he Latin? Do you think Vin Diesel? What is he? And Latin's such a big area.
Yeah, that
Like it goes from like
encompasses a lot.
goes from Mexico to the base of South America to Spain.
No.
I don't know. It's hard to know.
In Argentina.
He could just be Californian.
Yeah.
don't know.
Who knows?
What a great movie that was.
Ooh, which one?
That changed.
Like,
Wow.
well, the first one, obviously,
The
but
first one like was a culture shifter.
it was crazy. Yeah,
How many
Now it's just
whipped up
ridiculous.
Civics did you see out there? When,
all of them.
yeah,
Most Civics ever.
yeah.
Even to this day.
My brother,
Yeah.
he had back in the day, he had the Honda Civic SIR,
Come on.
and he had his license plate. His girlfriend got it for him, now wife. It said Sir Nate, because his name was Nathan. Now it's SIR N8.
Yeah.
Sir Nate, and he still got that license plate to this
That's
day.
crazy.
It's unreal. And I'm like, man, because his buddy had some, I can't remember, it was like a Lexus IS300,
Yeah.
and another friend had,
Nice car.
I don't know, like an Integra or something like that. I can't remember. And they like whip around on those Sundays at Costco, and like they do those
Sick.
drive-by and Fielding Streets, man. No, I remember like that was like, oh, this is so cool. My older brother, yeah, you're the coolest man, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was a culture shift. But
What's the dream car for you?
back in the day or right now?
Both.
Well, back in the day, I think still maybe now.
Yeah.
Man, the Nissan
70s,
Skyline
yeah.
was like
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Man, I
Yeah,
thought that
fair.
car was so cool, like with those back lights, and those things were like pumping. Nowadays, I don't know.
Paul Walker guy then, not so much
Oh yeah,
I'm Vin Diesel, but
R.I.P. my brother.
rest
you know?
in peace to the Buster, dude.
But like, no, those Skylines were dope, and like they still are. I just read. I think they stopped production. They just stopped the last Skyline like ever. I know.
Where?
Well, Nissan, I guess.
Yeah, but like, I mean, whereabouts was it? Like the end of production? Like, was it in Japan? Was
I
it
guess
in?
so.
Yeah?
They barely. Well, they don't make them here.
Oh God, no. No, I mean
Those
nothing.
Skyline GTRs,
I
man.
can't get my vehicle anymore. Here, anything past 2020, 2022 for
What, your Geo
Titans.
Metro?
No, my Titans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a Titan? I thought it was a
Yeah,
Tacoma the whole
that's
time.
The black one, no.
Oh, I was like
No.
wondering what. I'm like that.
No,
doesn't
I bought a
look like-
real truck, not a
Yeah.
truckette. Sorry, Dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they. Well, like, I was told, man, those Titans, like their engines were like faulty and stuff like that when they tried to redo it. So they had a new one, and they just
did
kind of.
it
moved on.
when they switched to hybrids.
Oh, is that what it
really
was?
Yeah, they really want to
Yeah.
push to hybrids. Here's the thing: like, there's mixed, not so much mixed reviews, but more just like there's people who've had issues, but the people who do have issues are like it's minor issues, and anything's like you're only gonna have issues if you like don't stay on top of the fluids. And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
well, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
So like take good care of it. It'll
So bring it
last
into Jiffy
longer.
Lube every month or whatever.
Legit, do your oil change every 5,000 kilometers, and you'll be fine.
As they say, don't be a fucking loser.
Yeah, legit, don't be a fucking loser. Like it's the simplest
Like
thing ever.
you have something. Like take care of it, like you're supposed to.
Weird.
Be an adult.
Yeah, simple
Yeah.
enough. But, man, speaking of which, what we were talking a bit about it briefly, but did you haven't? Nobody works for you, eh? Like,
No.
you work with people.
I've had
nowadays.
like people in and out a little bit in
Yeah.
my life. Well, not my life, but like in the job.
Sure.
Yeah. So it's pretty much like one man wrecking crew with like 8 on the side sometimes.
Do you, 8 on the side's crazy. Do you have when it comes to people entering the adult workforce that you see, but going into their own self-employed journey? What are some things? And this, like, it could be for me. Like, you could be targeting this to me, but the question's for anybody.
Well, I don't.
You cherry pick things. You're like, yeah, mudding. I'm like, but I can't get away from it. I was telling my dad earlier. I was like, man,
Once you start, man.
Yeah, I was like, I've never wanted to do mudding, and I do errands, and now all I do is mud drywall. Absolutely insane. But it's not bad. And
It's because it takes a while, and like people don't have time.
It's the drying.
Yeah.
Because you can't fast forward it. It's like I can frame
No, it's
wall
just like,
board
hey,
the
I'm
way
here
you-
for an hour, and I'll see you tomorrow for an hour.
Yeah, legit.
Yeah.
If we're lucky. So, do you have anything for people that are starting their own thing or want to go, maybe like have the initial like want to make that jump into working for themselves full time, full rip, what are some things that you would tell them based off what you maybe didn't know when you first
When I
started?
first jumped in, like I don't even think it all depends.
Sure.
I don't even think it all depends. I think it's whether, say, you're a guy or girl, obviously,
Sure.
that wants to start like buy a franchise and start like a burrito shop,
Sick. Mucho.
right? You do that, but it's just like, okay, like look at the business model. Like what's the business model going to be? Even if it's for yourself, right? Like whether it's general contracting or buying a franchise or like realtors or self-employed. Like there's a bunch of positions that are out there for self-employment. Whether it's starting up a plumbing company, whatever it is, right? I think it's just like look at the business model. How is this going to work? How can I make this work? And then from the start, just like you got to be. I wouldn't even say shameless. And I think the best thing to always do is just do good work and like be nice to people and then show up and be a nice person, do good work, and then good things will follow. And especially as a town like Sudbury, like if you're going like bigger, if you're in a town like Toronto, it might be a little bit different, but like in a place like this, and like don't be afraid to work lots and work hard. Like if you're, and I find this town, if you work hard and you're nice to people and you're presentable, like you're in.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
And do good work. Like do those things. Like you'll likely be successful. Like there's no magic potion to make it work, but that's why you kind of have to have the idea of like, okay, I'm a laborer, sure, because that's everyone has to work, but I'm also have to be good with paperwork.
Yes.
And that's the hardest part, right?
Yeah.
It's just like there's been
smart.
tons of companies that just falter because you're an amazing electrician,
Yep.
but you're not great with paperwork, or you don't know how to do it, or you don't want to, or it's not great, and it just you're kind of all over the map, and you know, and
it's the people who are like they self-proclaim, I don't want to do it, or I'm not good at it. It's like you're telling yourself you're not good at it already, but you haven't put the time in to understand it enough. It's like if you're an electrician but you can't do an Excel spreadsheet.
Yeah.
Because that's too hard. That's crazy. It's like no, just try it.
Yeah.
You're a problem solver. Figure it out.
It's sometimes like take that Saturday that you like get like, and you got to get a bit outside of the comfort zone of like I want to work like 9 to 5. Like
it's not gonna happen.
Well, you can set it up eventually.
Yeah.
But in the
Not
first
right away.
the first 2 years, like expect to work weekends, and those weekends aren't going to be the work that you get paid for. Like you can work 9 to 5 or whatever hours during the weekdays. But then your weekend is going to be like, how can I like streamline my business? How can I just be better at being better at 9 to 5? Whether it's like paperwork, and how do I do less paperwork, and how do I get better at paperwork so I don't have to.
What are your systems? How
do like just streamlining systems and like connecting with people so that your name's out there, and like you know being not the first name that's out there, but just being. You don't always have to be the first name in people's mouths. You just have to be a person that. Oh yeah, he works hard. He's a good person. I have no problem with that. Yeah. Hire that person, or go to that business, or go to that shop, go at that clothing store. You know, there's a reason why a place like Stitch and Stone, where you know, like every person knows about it because they put quality clothing out there for a fair price, and like you walk in, there's a smell to it, and it smells good. Like I'm a dude, there's no dude clothing in there, but like I don't mind going with my partner in there at any point because like
you just go for the smell.
go for the smell. Like this is all right, and like the people are friendly that are there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like it's a non-intimidating atmosphere where. As opposed to like a place like La Vie en Rose, it's a little bit more overwhelming as a guy because like, oh, this is all lingerie, and like you know, like I'll give my opinion for you because it looks cool, but like it's all women's stuff and very like feminine.
Yeah.
Right. The Senza. It's like it's very like that type of stuff, right? Yeah. So it's the same idea if you take that same mental aspect and throw it on like a self-employment location or self-employment like one-man wrecking crew business. It's just like, okay, are you intimidating presence? No, just be open and honest and do good work and be nice.
And you could be, and that's not that.
It's not that hard, man.
Hard to do. Just also don't be ugly. I found.
Don't be ugly.
Yeah, because like, well, I'll put it to you this way. Because I think presentable and intimidating go along with that. Because I've worked with people that like they have like ridiculous crooked teeth. They have like gross skin because they smoke all the time and they just can't the
What's the
actor
presentable
of it,
part,
and
right?
That's
it's like take
that.
care.
And I'm
Like I mean,
man,
that's
Jesus.
especially if you're self-employed. Like,
Yeah.
hey, I meet clients right off the hop.
You're
like
your brand.
I come out of my truck
Yeah.
and hey, I got referred to by someone. So if I'm getting referred to by someone, I don't want to make them look stupid.
That's a big one I found.
Right?
Yeah.
And if you don't make them look stupid for doing the job that you referred them for,
Yeah.
then hey, this guy's good. This guy this guy looks good. He comes presentable, looks professional,
Yeah.
and he speaks a certain way.
Yeah,
Like
the
if you're
optics are good.
right, and it looks good, and you present a good face. That like you're your brand.
Yeah, you don't look crazy tired. You're not dragging cigarettes. You're not,
You don't smell like cigarettes.
Yeah.
You're not. You
You're
got
going-
shoes that aren't talking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're not wearing a sweaty hat all the time and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like there's times to wear the sweaty hat. Like if you're doing labor work, yeah, sure. Like
Yeah.
people expect you to wear a little bit shittier clothing, and that's fine. And I think that's the perception of it, right? But like if you're showing up on a cost estimate or something like that, like don't wear those same clothes.
Yeah.
Just like have like the golf shirt in the back of your truck to throw on, like or have like deodorant in the back of your truck to throw on, or like spray cologne.
That's
I don't know.
I have a
You know what I mean?
stick in my car.
And things like that. If you're owning a clothing shop, like wear the clothing that you're selling sometimes to be like, hey, it looks good on me. Like, what do you think? You know, like little things like that. It's like, yeah, wear it all the time. Like self experiences also bring people back.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, oh yeah, well they said their shoes works really well for them for that experience and whatnot, right? And if it works out well for them, it does. It's like, oh, all that type of stuff. And I think you hit it nail on the thing. It's like you're your own brand, and people don't refer me because of the company, the name. They Aaron, come to me because it's Aaron.
Yeah, man.
So that's how it kind of goes.
You
on
go,
that
Aaron.
end.
Oh yeah, Aaron. Somebody. Yeah,
They're not calling you because it's. I don't even know the name of it. I think it's general contractor near me.
Yes, exactly.
Right? They're not calling. Right?
It's Glenn.
And
yeah.
it's just
Hey, Glenn got your number from
and
Aaron.
that's what it is. We talked to Rachel.
Yeah.
When she's like, she's not called a general contractor.
yeah.
She literally said like, I'm so glad you introduced me to Glenn.
Yeah.
Because he's on it,
Yeah.
and he's like he does good work.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, and he's a good guy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get it. I'm like, that's why I referred him. It's
Yeah.
because you're presentable, you speak well,
Well enough.
and
yeah.
you do good work.
Try.
You know what I mean? And I randomly met you
Yeah.
doing my job.
Yeah.
And then
Legit, yeah.
and like you didn't even, and even when you jumped ship and went your self-employment site, you didn't really like do something that was super shameless.
No.
Like we just hit it off relatively well because we knew people in the same circle, so
Yeah.
we like had a friendly conversation. And then you said, "Hey man, I'm
Rocket
going out
science.
into the business, general contracting, just
Yeah.
letting you know."
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. You mentioned
like-
you mentioned it before. If I do this, whatever's easiest.
Yeah, and then
No
you
sweat.
know, and it worked out, and like off to the races, and like
It's hilarious.
some of
yeah.
the contacts I hooked you up with like worked out well, and
I think everything with the exception of one, and the one was like a timing budget thing.
Yeah.
And it was like not a
and
And
like
that still went well.
and everyone comes
It's
back
just
to
a
me and
no.
says, "I'm so happy that you gave me Glenn's number."
You get returns.
Rachel's
Like,
one of them,
That's crazy.
and every
But it's to your point, right? It's trying to make the person that
Samantha,
referred you
Serena,
look good.
Dave, they
Like, I
all
want
like
you to look good.
yeah.
More like as much as it's like, oh, 6.
So then they come back to me
Yeah.
like, "Who else can you refer?
Yeah.
Like what other person does good
It
work?"
props you up as well. Like almost.
Who does this guy know?
Yeah.
'Cause
almost
he
a lot
knows
more. It's
everyone.
Like, oh, yeah.
I become a resource, and like for my
Yeah.
business, it's good. And now I'm not only like a intelligent resource. I'm a resource that they want to go back. Oh yeah, he knows a bunch of people. He'll set you up.
Yeah.
He'll be like a long-term
He referred
client
me
for
this
you.
guy. Yeah.
Yeah. They'll email me back a year later. Oh, he like like you
Yeah.
told me that you have a list of people that you can go. Like, okay, cool, no problem. Here you go.
They're laughing because part of me thinks that like the people inside the office don't talk to each other. Because I was telling Victoria, because what's it called? She was telling me that she's like, yeah. I'm like, where'd you get my number from again? She's like, oh, from Aaron. I'm like, I've done work for I have currently jobs at 4 different people at your office's place. Like, how? And they all didn't get the number from each other. They all got it from you, which
Yeah.
I thought was hilarious. Because it was like, hey, Glenn, hey, I didn't even recognize you. This, hey, I just got my number from this person who got it from you. And I'm like, do you guys not speak amongst each other?
Oh,
It was
I'm
the
sure they are
craziest-
now.
It was just the funniest thing ever to me.
Yeah,
Because I'm
man.
like, all of you from the same, just different. A couple
Yeah.
different times. I was like, that's too funny.
Yeah, man.
I
It's
gotta figure that.
yeah. I mean, like, well, now especially like, well, with realtors now, it's just like you don't need an office all the time, or
Right.
you'll pump into an office and they're just like they're after it, man. Like
They don't mess
it's
around.
it's crazy now. Like it's kind of
Deadlines
like
are crazy. But
it's crazy, just like in a sense where, you know, sometimes you hear people talk about like, oh, what does an inspector know? He's never lifted up a hammer in his life and all that stuff. And like,
they
cool,
know
like
everybody,
what, right?
what
And
it
like
is.
that's fine.
Yeah.
It is what it is. And then there's the people like, oh, realtors, like they don't do any work, but they get paid lots. It's like, well, like you try it. If that's such an easy gig, you go do it. Right? Like, you got to be shameless in the realtor. You got to get out there, put your face in front of there. You got to do a good job.
It takes
and like
months to get paid.
And at the closing day, man, at least, and like, you're spending all that money before you even, you know.
Yeah, you're driving out to Garrison. Zach's telling me, man, he's like, I got 4 trips out to Garrison. Guess what? They didn't buy the house.
It's like it is what it is.
Where's that go? All that gas into the town.
Well, in time, right? There's no hourly rate for him. It's just like
nothing.
Your hourly rate might be $10 an hour. Your hourly rate might be $1,000 an hour. You don't know. You don't know. That's
crazy.
It's I think that's with like any sort of self-employment position. Like when you talk to like people with investment bankers, where they're like, oh, they're just people that are siphoning money off from people who have money to like make money in investment. It's just like, okay, then you can go and quest trade or well simple, get after it, do it yourself.
Take your money.
That's why I always say like circle back to hire specialists to do it, man.
Yeah.
And then like, is your time not valuable? Right.
Yeah.
And then when you start to like just put trust out into the world or trust out into people who are
I think that's
specialists,
yeah,
then like that trust comes back to you, in my opinion. Like when I walk down the street, I trust the fact that no one's gonna beat me.
Yeah.
So guess what? I'm not gonna beat them. You know, like, you know what I mean?
It's a nice.
You know,
yeah.
If you initially think that people are nice people, as opposed to people are out to get you,
it's a bit easier to live.
It is.
Yeah.
Because you're like, I'm gonna be nice to you, Glenn,
Yeah.
because I just assume you're a nice guy.
Yeah, and vice versa. Makes
You know
it a bit easier to get along. Instead of, and I found that too with the presentation is not coming like, "What's going on? Hey, nice to meet you." It's like, I feel like there's some tension. But for what? It's like, oh, hey, like lower.
Hey, how are you? What's going on? How's the day today? You know, like just the way you word things, just your body, your body language, man.
Yeah.
Like it's a thing, and it like, again, when you go like self-employment and being a human being are one and the same. You're always a brand, and like that's changed my way of being out in public. Like, you know, when I was younger, you know, I lived my days. I had my single life. Yeah. And when you start to get self-employment, like you're your own brand, so you kind of changes. Yeah. You kind of pull it back. Well, not I would say pull it back a little bit, but like you do different things. You know, you do events, and like people know who you are, so you have to be a certain way.
Man, the certain way part too, though, is funny. Circling back to you mentioned something about people saying you work too much. Or you're at one point you're always too busy. Yeah. Because I've had that feedback, but I don't know if this was the same for
me?
you. No, like I've had this feedback.
Like you work too much?
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. But I thought. Yeah. But you know, I'm
you
like,
take weekends off. Come on,
I was like most of the time. If I can, I'd like. I don't want to work Sundays. Yeah. I don't like starting something new on a Sunday. That's what it is. If I'm like, oh, I have a bit of mudding to do, I'll go mud.
Sure.
Or drive, whatever, right? Flooring. Yeah, if it's something I don't need to start, I won't start on a Sunday. But basically, the way I see it is like, I find, and I don't know if it was the same for you, the people who are telling you that you work too much are either A, unemployed, or B, complain about money. I found that. I found there was people telling me, like, at least for me, they were saying, like, oh man, you work too much, or you're always working. I'm like, yeah, but I have no money problems, and you do?
No, the people that
just me thing.
Well, maybe just a you thing. Yeah, I mean, you got to hang out with people who have more money. I don't know.
I do. I'm trying.
But no,
those people are busy too.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing, right? Like you end up like the saying goes, it's just like you're a reflection of the people that you're surrounded with, right? So like I wouldn't say as you gain more money or as you become more affluent or more wealthy, the people will be around you. It's just like, no, I think like as you work more and become more of a workaholic, the people that complain that you're not around or you know that you work too much, they might fall off. You won't text them as much, or they won't text you as much, or they won't rely on you to that type of stuff. You'll probably like as you become more engulfed into your working life, you'll probably end up being friends who you work with.
Probably, yeah.
Like those people that you were friends with before are still going to be around, and you're like, oh, that's like
just less.
Go watch a football game and whatever. And like it'll be like, oh, well, make sure we're around like once every 3 months as opposed to once every weekend or what. I'm just making things up, right? I think that's what happens. But the people like said I was like a workaholic, which is like my partner. She thinks I'm a workaholic, and like fair enough.
They care about you. That's
but I think it's people who are more like salary based employees. Right, they're used to the 8 to 4, 9 to 5,
and
where they don't
shut off,
and they also don't understand the self-employment anxiety because they've worked that life forever. Like there is no like I'm turning off my cell phone or I'm turning off my email. Like it's like, oh, I don't mind like looking at the email at like 9 o'clock at night. Might as well do that as opposed to getting up.
Calms
at,
you down a bit.
Yeah, as opposed to like going to sleep. It's like might as well just do it.
Yeah.
Also, your cell phone is a thing, right? That's a different story.
That's a different beast. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that's the kind of
Pre-sent
side
checks.
I got. It wasn't so much like people who didn't have
Oh,
money.
okay, yeah.
It was
curious.
more of like just salary based people who have like never had. Like who've always just assumed that money's going like a cash for life type job. Like
Yeah.
I'm
Interesting, yeah.
I work for the government, and I'm not putting people down who work for the government
No.
and who have worked there for life. There's a lot of good jobs there. Like
They just fit that.
you have no idea how often I'm just like, you know what? It'd be nice to work for a position or a job where at 5 o'clock I can just like leave it there,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then it goes back to I have the ability to, like next weekend, if I really wanted to, I could just like take Thursday, Friday off and be vacant to the world until Sunday. I don't have to tell my boss or ask my boss if I can take Thursday, Friday off.
Yeah.
Or I don't have to book my vacation like 6 months in advance.
Right, yeah.
There's that
That's
flexibility. Like I can take 4 hours off. Like I can take 10 to 2 o'clock if I want off
Yeah,
that day
yeah.
because I want to just go
you
to
can
the
work
gym.
in your PJs all
You know,
morning.
I
Who
could
cares?
go. I could go to
Crazy.
off-season golf and just golf if I
Yeah.
want to. I don't,
Sick.
but like just use an example.
Yeah, you could.
Right? Go paintballing with Glenn.
Sick.
You know.
Yeah. Light them up.
You know.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of that. You kind of have to take the good and the bad, and it's the same sense of if you're self-employed and you're workaholic. Okay, you got money, assuming.
Yeah.
Right. If you're vigilant about it. I'd rather be, and oddly enough, like I don't watch Instagram Reels and take much from like these memes that you see, but it's just like I'd rather be like having a stepdaughter, having a girlfriend, like and all that. I'd rather be the person that would say, no, I'm working overtime, I can't join you, than the person says, no, you can't do that because we can't afford it.
Ha.
That's something there's like the randomness of like the social media world that like jumps up. I'd rather
Yeah,
be able to
catches you.
like take them somewhere because they want to and like say like
as a fruits of you working a
yeah,
little bit.
it's just like this
more.
is like there's a I don't know, maybe it's also my like, oh, I love to provide and like it's the manliness of it. It's just
which is like
and you feel
it
super
should
cool
be though, and that
It
won't
feels
ever
super
leave.
cool.
Yeah, it does.
It feels super cool as like a provider to be able to do that.
I love paying
she-
all trips.
Yeah, she's got a great job. She gets paid well. But like for me, like Aaron, I kind of want to go to the Morgan Wallen concert,
Sick, yeah.
which was like half of Sudbury
Yeah.
went.
Yeah.
My Facebook
Was
got
that
lit up from
Sunday?
it.
Yeah.
No, she went on
Last
Friday,
week? Oh.
and like
So
you know,
weekend,
stepdaughter
okay.
went, and like her mom went, and I had the ability to like pay for it.
Sick.
And like
and you didn't go?
no,
Animal.
I saw him like 2
Yeah.
years ago with her,
Ah, sick.
but like
That's
I was
not real country music anyway.
No, and country music isn't like that's like Books and Dunn and stuff. No, we're talking Johnny Cash. If that's the country I like, it's your Johnny Cash. Now we're cooking with gas, you know. So, yeah, man. Like it's
Yeah.
just it's like being able to do that. Like and it felt cool. Like I was like, man, when I was like coming out of school,
Yeah.
like full circle coming out of school, I'm like, oh, I just want to get paid like 60 grand just to like live.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I just want like a job to get paid and like that's
Yeah.
it. But like now I'm in a position, it's like, oh, I can do that stuff and like not worry about it.
It's
And, like,
nice.
It's just
Yeah.
like and you like reflect of like, oh, that whole like saying of not I don't know, it's a saying. It's just
Sure.
like, oh, like look at the life you have now, like and think about your life 10 years ago. Like wouldn't that 10 like I'm 39. Like
Sure.
you at 29, would you not be thankful for the life you live now?
Yeah.
As opposed to be stressing out about it and like
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't making the money I'm making now because I worked a lot to get there.
Me at 19 versus now is hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't even close.
Like you at 19, would you not be super thankful for this stress that you're getting?
Love it.
You know what I mean? It's like
Way
this is the
better.
stress that you wanted
Way better. Yeah.
when you were 19.
It's like, oh, I can't afford a vehicle. Live all this, live off parents, but I want to leave, but can't afford not to. But all these things, yeah. Now
Yeah.
it's all just kind of working out.
Now you're like, I just bought a truck.
Yeah, and you're like sick.
Like,
Yeah.
and like your girlfriend's pumped about it.
Get fired up.
I know because
Yeah,
you like
hilarious.
slid that in one time. She's like,
Yeah.
she was just like, I'm a truck girl now.
Yeah.
I'm that girl who's in a truck with a general contractor that like.
She's like, I didn't think I'd like it this
I'm,
much.
I'm the trophy wife of the general contractor, and he can build me
We're just
anything he
good.
wants. You know what I mean?
It gets out of hand
And
sometimes.
it
but
feels fun. It doesn't feel fun.
It feels cool. It
You're
does
like,
feel cool,
I
yeah.
am that guy.
Yeah.
I can do that for you.
The term is him. You know, people are like, oh, it's like I'm him. You
Yeah.
know? It's weird. it feels weird at times, but like you said, I think you said it best though. You're like, yeah, it's cool. It feels cool.
And again, I don't know how to. You're just like, yeah.
Sick.
There's no like. It's just a feeling. You're like, yeah. I'm there.
Yeah,
I'm where
man.
I want
Yeah,
it to
dude.
be.
Yeah.
And that's when you
100%.
when you pay for those things.
Yeah.
Not that like, it's like I'm not humble bragging or anything.
Sure. No.
But like
Shit.
it's not even like talking shit. It's just like, man, like it just feels fucking cool.
Yeah.
You know, like people work hard. Like the guys who work underground, they work hard. They deserve cash.
Yeah.
Like they provide for their family.
Get them paid.
You know what I mean? Like people work for the city. They fucking work hard. Like you know, like. Oh no! Everyone works hard, right?
Yeah,
you know?
all my buddies are firefighters. I'm like, yeah, you guys know. Yeah.
Well, firefighters are a different story, right?
They have they see some shit though.
Yeah, man. Like it's just like this stuff that they
Get them paid, man.
It's just like everyone works hard. I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks they should get being paid a livable wage, and everyone works hard.
Yeah.
No one thinks they get paid enough for how hard they work because
Sure.
every job is hard.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you're like a jail guard or you're a Tim Hortons at coffee,
It's their type of difficult.
right?
Yeah.
And like you don't know what's going on in their head.
No.
You don't know what life they lived before, and maybe this job is hard for them. We don't know.
No.
Everyone's got their own battle.
It's crazy.
You know? So it's just like they deserve whatever they get. And like, yes, I want businesses to continue to thrive, but I also want people to get paid living salary or livable wage. And like, let's coexist. Let's have like the business make profit, and let's have people making money.
Like we're on like it's a weird in between that we're trying to fight because I think the bottom line's a bit too high.
The bottom line's winning.
Yeah.
The bottom line is
tricky.
winning.
It's crazy.
Galen Weston, he's winning. You know what I mean? He's winning. Those strawberries are expensive, Galen. You know? I like my berries. Make them cheaper. You tell Donald Trump to remove those tariffs, you know?
Oh, man. It's crazy.
But yeah, that's the shareholder world's working.
Yeah.
It's working.
It's we'll see if it all plays out.
It's and no one's got the magic bullet for it. I don't think anyone. I think people like to think they do, or people think that if we just change this one thing, it would fix the world. But
No, you create a different problem. Yeah.
This is connected to this, somehow connected to this, to that. It's difficult, man. I think
Like you
it's
said, though, just be positive. Try to get, assume positive over negative. I was on a job site literally a couple hours ago doing flooring, and this woman came down. They're not going to watch this anyway. But this woman came down, and she was like, just outright complaining. Well, it's my older brother and his wife, so like they're not watching nothing.
Yeah.
As far as they know,
don't
they're
care
like,
about you.
how's the YouTube video thing you got going on? I'm like, I have thousands of subscribers, but like, fine, who cares?
Yeah.
And I just hit 1,000. I don't know why I said
Nice.
But here we are.
smash
So,
that like
yeah.
button. smash, subscribe.
He goes, she comes down and she starts complaining about the people working at Rona, and I was like, yo, they're just doing their thing, man.
Complaining at Rona?
I guess she was at Rona trying to find something. She was like, oh, there's too many whatever immigrants coming through. You know, they don't know where anything is. And I'm like, the person you got probably just started, and they probably know as much as you do about what you're talking about. Just give them a chance, man.
And they get paid minimum wage.
Yeah, and settle down.
Like you know,
relax.
it's
It's
just like
just base sports.
yeah,
We don't got to make a thing about it.
yeah. Just keep looking. You'll
I love
find
it.
them.
I love it.
Keep
yeah.
walking.
Guess what? They did.
You know what? If you're that worried about baseboards, maybe don't go to Rona because it's big. Go to
Yeah.
a flooring store.
Yeah.
And you'll find the baseboards as soon as you walk in.
No, but it's more expensive. I'm like, yeah, but
Well, then-
why are you complaining about money?
Then go to the big warehouse
Like you
shops.
said, one problem is you're gonna have something. Nobody can be happy.
Yeah.
So
It's
I'm like,
no,
find your sweet spot. You know,
yeah.
assume the positive.
If you want baseboards, go to a baseboard shop. If you
That's
want
it.
to find it, find a baseboard shop.
Yeah.
That's what Google is. Google
Yeah,
machine.
go to, like you said, flooring store, anywhere. Just be like, hey, do you guys got baseboards? Yes.
Yeah, it's right here.
And they'll show you.
Yeah, that's why you pay the higher
they'll walk
price
you.
for great service.
It's
know?
a thing.
It's a real thing. People
Yeah.
forget about like those places, like you know the mom and pop shops of the back in the day. It's just like you didn't. Yeah, you paid more.
They're just bigger now.
Yeah, and those mom and pop shops are gonzo. You know, that's what
it.
sucks. Well, that's what like you can go to like you live downtown-ish or
Ish,
adjacent
yeah.
to, right? So
Yeah,
it's just
adjacent,
like that's
sure.
why downtown's dead because
Dead.
those mom and pop shops, no one goes there because you have to pay more.
There's a couple things.
Well, yeah,
it's
there-
definitely-
it's-
yeah,
it's-
we know about that one.
Yeah.
I just want to make it.
Yeah. Oh, of course. I think
yeah.
I think it's clear. You know,
Yeah.
we just need more strippers.
But it's yeah.
You know, that's all it is.
The balance isn't great.
But like it's like the mom
So
and pop
good.
shops. You know, you
Yeah.
pay more, you get better service. If like you know you bought something and like a week later it busts, you go to see mom and dad shop. Guess what? They'll probably fix it for you, or they'll figure it out for you.
Yeah. And they give suggestions. They've been doing it forever, so
Yeah.
they know how it all goes. Oh, well, you also might need this. Oh, you're just trying to sell me more. No, because this will help you.
Yeah. You go to Rona, it's just like, holy Moses.
Yeah.
I'm not like shitting on Rona or anything.
Sure.
It's just like, that's just every.
Today's example. Yeah.
That's just like, yeah, and like, I go there. But it's
Yeah,
just like,
same.
okay, it's just like, it's a corporation.
I have no problem.
Right,
doing
so
that.
there's layers upon layers of like, okay, you have to sign your blood and you have to do this to get your
a
if you
lot.
get your money back. So it's like, well, show me the receipt, show me this. Say, okay, like why is it
Yeah.
broken or why you're bringing it back, all that stuff, and like it's more difficult. And then they don't give you any feedback of like, oh, how come that didn't work?
No, they don't care.
Like, oh, okay, well, hey, there's actually another product that's like this might not work for your application.
Not helpful at all.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just that's why. Well, that might be why you hire painters. They're more expensive, but it's going to be dialed in.
Yeah, they're gonna sand in between coats.
They're
Everything.
like they'll
Super
spackle it.
important,
They'll
yeah.
make sure it's good, and it's like, hey, like okay, well maybe you should use this brand, or maybe you should use this color because I've seen in
Yeah.
my experience that this might not work with those baseboards or whatever.
Simple.
Because you talked about the baseboards, right?
Simple.
And it's just like, just because it's just an idea.
Huh. Yeah.
Yeah, that's why you're a specialist, man.
That's
Get
it.
back to it.
Hire a specialist.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
the theme of the day apparently.
Theme of the day for sure. Man, what's it called? Do you have any kind of, as we look to close, do you have anything that you maybe want to share as like a lesson or a piece of wisdom or advice?
Wisdom.
Yeah, wisdom or advice for anybody? Or we covered a lot, but yeah,
Yeah.
if you have anything or anything you want to include or anything you were hoping you wanted to mention but wasn't able to, something like that, and before we do like a wrap up conclusion. Red carpet.
I think, hey, my business has been successful because good work, nice to people, and be presentable. And I think that comes with if you're applying for a job and you got an interview, and you're just trying to start a business and anything. I think that's just a better way of being a human being.
Mm-hmm.
Be nice, man. There's enough problems in the world. There's enough things that people have to deal with. Just be nice, because your niceness to someone, your smile to someone, could light up someone's day, and you have no idea.
None.
Because everyone's got a battle. You have no idea what happens behind those eyes.
I love it. Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad you highlighted that. Where rolled the red carpet for you, man? Where can people find you? Where can people reach out? Where can people connect? Where can people work with you? Work from you?
Yeah, reach out to me. Like I'm on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all those fancy social media things. I do home inspections. Classic name, Sudbury Home Inspections. Hook me up. You'll see me. That's the website name too, SudburyHomeInspections.com. You'll see it all there.
Easy.
Guess what? It's on Facebook. Guess what it's called? Sudbury Home
Sudbury Home
Inspections. And same with the Instagram. That's the handle, man.
I love it.
I also got a personal handle,
Easy enough.
so it's all there.
Right on. Thank you, man. I appreciate you doing this today.
No problem, buddy.
Right on, brother.
Appreciate
it.
the invite.
Yeah, of course.